Right now, in just 4 days, the 2022 Wisconsin Badgers football team will be taking the field, but the team is not the only thing making its season debut. A look at the brand new section at Camp Randall.
Plus, many people getting student debt relief may not get the full amount here in Wisconsin. The reason why and what you should know.
And later, Governor Evers investing in schools across the state as districts continue to struggle filling their staffing shortages. Welcome to News 3 Now. Actual seats instead of bleachers, fireplaces, even broad observation decks. All of that will be part of a new game day experience fans can take in at Camp Randall this weekend.
Lambeau Field proved you could tastefully combine historic architecture with modern amenities. UW-Madison looks forward to showing off its version Saturday night. Tahlil Modine live outside Camp Randall with what fans can expect and how they feel about the upgrades. Tahlil?
Eric and Charlotte, this is one of the most well-known spots on campus for students and fans. And if ticket sales are any indication, you might have a tough time getting in to see it for yourself. Even before classes resume.
I think it is safe to say that the entire Badger Nation is very excited for this week and particularly this weekend.
One guaranteed place to find a lot of students is generating excitement at UW. The football opener on Saturday.
Been to a lot of games over the years, super excited for the season. The atmosphere, you really can't beat it. You know, the jump around, the games.
On the opposite side of where those students sit, fans will see some big changes.
I'm very excited for fans and friends to get a chance to see that space. I think it will enhance the game day experience.
The South End Zone reconstruction project, which started last fall, actually cuts the area's capacity in half, but offers nicer seats, club options, and a game day experience the school thinks will be even better.
Badger fans have really stepped up. I think that they like the product. I mean, we have about 60 of these seats left. Otherwise, every bit of the rest of the inventory of the South End Zone's been sold.
But it isn't all new. The South End Zone combines the added luxury while preserving the historic elements of the field house.
It is gorgeous, and how they've incorporated it into the historic field house is incredible.
And a little bit of history is something Badger alumni can appreciate.
People see this coming back weekend as a time to get into our fall traditions, start a new year, and have a chance to come together as fans, Badgers, alumni, and everybody who cares about the university.
The new South End Zone will not be limited to just Badger games. The athletic department has plans to use the space for other programming throughout the year. Saturday's game against Illinois State kicks off at 6.
Tahlil, thank you. Let's check your certified most accurate forecast. Your chief meteorologist, Gary Canalti. Gary?
Boy, looking very nice out here. Lots of sunshine. Temperatures are comfortable and the humidity levels are down. Visible cloud track, not a cloud in the sky across the state right now. And that trend will continue for at least a couple more days. And not a drop of rain either. Nearest rain is in Ontario, moving away from us out to the west. The nearest rain probably won't be here until sometime Friday night. Dew point temperatures are also low. Upper 40s to the lower 50s. That makes the air comfortable and makes for good sleeping weather at night. Current temperatures are in the 70s, mid to upper 70s across all of southern Wisconsin. Lone Rock at 79, Janesville right now 77, 73 at the Baraboo Dells Airport. Across Dane County, Madison's at 76, at 75 in Belleville, and 76 degrees in Cross Plains. Look for skies to be mostly clear this evening. Temperatures will drop off into the middle 60s by late evening. Looks like a nice night for tonight. A little warmer for tomorrow and Thursday. And the next chance of rain, perhaps Friday night. After that, dry weather. I'll have more on that in the forecast in just a few minutes.
Gary, thank you. It turns out $10,000 is actually more like $9,450. That's the reality people in Wisconsin with student loan debt are looking at this week.
Wisconsin is one of about a dozen states that will tax your student loan relief money, the president announced. Will Keneally explains why.
So Jared Walczak from the nonprofit Tax Foundation says that despite the added costs, it is still worth having your debt forgiven. Just be prepared for that tax bill to come in April.
Still a pretty good deal, but you need to realize it's coming.
That's because unlike the debt, the tax bill comes out of the borrower's pocket.
The $10,000 doesn't appear in your bank account. It's an amount you don't have to pay back over a course of years, but the $530 tax bill is a one-time hit.
So what does this mean for individual borrowers? Walczak says the forgiven debt is lumped into your regular income. This generally won't affect what tax bracket you're in.
Someone could, for instance, have been in grad school or law school in 2020 and now have a successful practice. They could be in that higher bracket, but that's not going to be the typical recipient.
But why is it taxed at all? Wisconsin taxes money coming into your bank account in different ways. If you profit off a home sale, for instance, you generally don't have to pay taxes on it. If you profit from investments, or in this case, someone forgiving your debt, you do have to pay Wisconsin taxes. States can choose how they want to set up that system. Wisconsin is among 13 states that will tax the student loan debt forgiveness because it has not updated part of its tax law.
Lawmakers will have to decide early next year whether they want to take fast action to address this.
Wisconsin's legislature is not likely to take it up before next year, and it's unclear whether the Republican majority will support the change. They have generally been critical of the Biden administration's move to forgive the debt. So we reached out to legislative leadership and have not heard back on what that might look like. For their part, the State Department of Revenue says that it will ask the legislature to not tax that debt forgiveness in its agency when it requests its next budget this spring.
MMSD officials are hopeful $2 million from the state government will help fill over 100 teacher vacancies as the school year is set to begin in just under 2 days' time. This morning, Governor Evers announced $75 million ARPA funds will go toward helping districts across the state rebound from staffing shortages.
To make sure our kids can bring their best selves to school every day while also assisting our schools to have the resources they need to do what's best for our kids.
A lack of staffing is certainly a problem felt here in Madison. Just this afternoon, a district spokesperson told News 3 Now that 134 teacher openings remain. Madison does have offers out to more than 100 candidates, and the spokesperson says the district is waiting to hear back on them. In the meantime, MMSD has 275 substitutes available as certified long-term subs. Meanwhile, the campaign for Evers' opponent in the November election, Republican Tim Michels, criticized the announcement. In a statement, it said in part, no amount of federal COVID aid can paper over Evers' record of denying parents' rights, refusing to reopen schools, vetoing curriculum transparency, and standing by as education standards plummet across the state, end quote.
Madison police say a second person has been arrested in connection to a deadly shooting near Warner Park back in July. Madison police arrested a 22-year-old woman yesterday about 4:30 p.m. on Moraine View Drive. She faces charges of party to a crime of homicide and obstructing. The charges stem from a July 22nd shooting that left 18-year-old LaRon Bynum of Milwaukee dead. Earlier this month, Akil Lowe of Fitchburg was arrested in Ohio and charged with 5 felony charges, including first-degree intentional homicide. Madison police say they've made an arrest connected to a shooting in late June that left 2 teenagers with serious injuries. MPD's neighborhood crime abatement team arrested a man after a court hearing he had for a separate case. He could now face charges of attempted homicide and attempted robbery, but court records show there are no charges yet filed. That shooting took place outside of McDonald's on Dryden Drive, June 29th. The 2 victims were inside a parked car when another car pulled up and shot at them. At the time, police said there were 2 suspected shooters. A North Dakota man convicted of shooting 2 police officers in Wisconsin almost 2 years ago will likely spend the rest of his life in prison. A judge in Waukesha County added another 80 years to the 50-year sentence Nathaniel Benton is already serving for trying to kill an inmate in jail with a sharpened toothbrush. In November of 2020, officers from the city of Delafield and village of Heartland responded to a possible hit-and-run crash at the Holiday Inn in Delafield. After speaking with Benton at the scene, Benton pulled out a handgun and shot the officers at close range. Both survived. During a manhunt, authorities learned Benton had an outstanding warrant from Fargo for attempted homicide. Acting on a citizen's tip, Benton was then arrested in Delafield following a 7-hour search.
There's controversy in Milwaukee over the funeral for an archbishop. Rembert Weekland was the archbishop for the Archdiocese of Milwaukee from 1977 until his retirement in 2002. He died last week at the age of 95. His funeral was held this afternoon, but many people were not happy, saying Weekland doesn't deserve to be celebrated. It's been discovered Weekland knowingly reassigned priests who had allegedly sexually abused minors. The former archbishop also admitted to misusing hundreds of thousands of church dollars to cover up a relationship he had with another man.
Man being buried Tuesday is unrepentant. He died unrepentant for the harm that he caused.
The Archdiocese released this statement saying the funeral is not a glorification of Weekland's life, but rather an act of mercy for the dead. Coming up on News 3 Now at 6, the state's first shelter for homeless men is getting a major investment today.
Plus, a local pharmacy is praising a recently passed bill lowering the cost of prescription drugs, while they say the pharmacy will actually do better. That's next.
in an accident, do you know who to call?
Call Gruber Law Offices.
Everybody knows that.
The call and consultation are always free.
Hurt in an accident?
Everybody knows you call Gruber Law Offices.
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
It's dangerous up here, and it's no fun shopping around for a reputable contractor. I've built my company on the promise to treat our customers like we would our own family. That means an honest, no-pressure sales experience, expert craftsmanship, and a lifetime guarantee of our work. We know Gutter Shutter is the best system for you and your home, and we'd love to show you how it can keep you safe and off that ladder forever. So call us or visit us online to set up your free estimate, and we can show you what Gutter Shutter and the Larson Home Experience is all about.
We would never hit 12 drunk.
Clutch it up drunk? Not a chance. Do a stoppie drunk? We would never drift drunk. So you should never drive drunk. Drive sober or get pulled over.
A lot of folks ask me why their dishwasher doesn't get everything clean. I tell them, it may be your detergent. That's why more dishwasher brands recommend Cascade Platinum, with the soaking, scrubbing, and rinsing built right in. For sparkling clean dishes the first time. Cascade Platinum.
When do you spray Febreze Air?
After every flush.
In my kitchen. Febreze tackles my toughest odors.
After vacuuming, because fresh means clean.
I spray every chance I get.
Starts working instantly to freshen any room. Febreze Air.
If you lived or worked at Marine Corps Base, Camp Lejeune, during 1953 to 1987 and have developed any of these medical conditions, you may be entitled to compensation. Call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
You are watching News 3 Now at 6.
Welcome back. Local officials and advocacy groups are praising the benefits of the Inflation Reduction Act today at Fitchburg Family Pharmacy. Fitchburg Mayor Aaron Richardson was joined by state lawmakers who noted the bill signed by President Biden 2 weeks ago is supposed to drastically reduce the cost of prescription drugs. That Schumacher from the Fitchburg Family Pharmacy explained that it is not the pharmacy that benefits when drugs are made more expensive.
What's actually true is that the drugs that are most expensive are the least profitable for a pharmacy. In fact, many prescriptions that we fill for insulin, we fill for a reimbursement rate that's less than what we paid for it. So in essence, we're doing it for free, or we're actually paying to fill those prescriptions.
Under the Inflation Reduction Act, 80 prescription drugs will have Medicare price negotiation by 2030, and nearly 60,000 Wisconsinites on Medicare will have insulin copays capped at $35 per month.
Today, Madison Mayor Satya, Rhodes, Conway, and Dane County Executive Joe Parisi announcing major investments in the state's first shelter for homeless men. Parisi announced his 2023 capital budget will include $6 million to support the shelter. That'll be paired with $3 million previously committed to the shelter. Located on 1902 Bartolon Drive on the city's east side, the 40,000 square foot facility will have space for 200 people. Construction planned for 2024.
We must do better by taking decisive action to create a safe and dignified space that will support men at a time in their lives when they are most vulnerable. The city and county are taking leadership that, frankly, is long overdue.
The new shelter facility is expected to include space for isolation and quarantine beds, restroom, shower, kitchen, and laundry facilities, and a space to help connect shelter users to stable housing. Still ahead at 6, a man goes on a record-breaking journey down a river. Why it's his mode of transportation that has people talking.
Plus, Summerfest announcing its performance dates for next year while also preparing for a big milestone.
And could we see any rain for the rest of the work week? Gary's got your complete forecast next.
Slumberland Furniture has savings up to 50% off list prices, or in some cases, even more, at our Labor Day sale on now. Shop our big selection of sectionals, sofas, recliners, dining, and bedrooms. Shop the huge Labor Day sale on now.
Save on your next appliance upgrade with 11% off everything right now at Menards. Upgrade your home with top appliance brands including KitchenAid, Maytag, Whirlpool, Amana, and Criterion. We have the largest in-stock appliance selection to take home today at the lowest prices. Upgrade the new energy-efficient appliances and save with 11% off all of them. Start your next project and get 11% off everything now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Wisconsinites don't back down from hard work. We got self-starters and never-stoppers. Folks who help feed a nation. Pioneers in innovation. Teachers and third-shifters like my parents. You deserve a senator who protects your jobs, not one who sends them overseas. I work to bring manufacturing back home so we can make things in Wisconsin again. When we harness what we have, we can change where we're going. I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each butter burger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Pure happiness. Because where Culver's comes from.
And the heart of America's Dairyland.
Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
With Honda, every summer adventure is the destination. Take your adventures farther with Honda, America's most fuel-efficient, full-line automaker. Hurry into a local Honda dealer where new vehicles are arriving daily.
Get up to 50% off list prices or more at our Labor Day mattress sale at Slumberland Furniture. Like this special purchase Sealy Posturepedic for just $5.99, or this ultra firm Sealy Posturepedic for $10.99. For your easiest shopping ever, Slumberland Furniture.
You are watching News 3 Now at 6.
Great Scott, Marty. Is that good enough?
Very good.
I was better in the commercial break. After 40 years, there's finally a new model of the iconic sports car from those Back to the Future movies. The new DeLorean Alpha 5 electric car looks nothing like the last model made before the company went out of business back in 1982. You remember John DeLorean?
Yes, of course.
It still has those trademark gull wing doors, but that's pretty much where the similarities end. The DeLorean DMC-12 from the movies was an icon of modern design, but the designers of the Alpha 5 had a 40-year gap to fill in. Turns out they based the new car on DeLorean's second model, which was the DeLorean DMC-24, which was actually never sold. So no official word yet on the sticker price if you're shopping. Meanwhile, why travel in a brand new sports car when you can go buy Giant Pumpkin instead? Take a look at this. Dwayne Hansen of Nebraska. He spent years growing an 846-pound pumpkin named Berta to set a record for riding it 38 miles down the Missouri River. In photos and video posted on social media, there he is paddling down the river in the giant hollowed-out pumpkin. This was just on Saturday, breaking the Guinness World Record for riding more than 25.5 miles in a pumpkin.
I went 38 miles down the river without standing up in that pumpkin. My knees still hurt, but I probably won't try this again. And if somebody breaks this record, I will bow down to them because they are tough.
It's amazing there are such records. The record-breaking journey took about 11 hours to complete. Dwayne also celebrated his 60th birthday on Saturday. Happy birthday, Dwayne. Go for a pumpkin ride. Let's now check back in. Here's Gary. Complete look at the forecast.
Where do you go from that? I mean, riding down the river in a pumpkin. I suppose, when the weather is this nice, you could probably do a lot of that kind of stuff. Didn't know there was a record for that either. But 3 things you need to know in the forecast. Be a little warmer for tomorrow. High temperatures will be in the lower 80s. Same thing for Thursday, and probably middle 80s for Friday before a cold front comes through, and that could bring us a chance for a shower or thunderstorm Friday night, but that's the only chance of rain I have in the forecast really for the next 10 days. And after that, we'll turn a little cooler. High temperatures mid to upper 70s from Saturday through Labor Day Monday, with partly sunny skies but dry weather expected for the holiday weekend. In fact, the high temperature trend over the next 10 days, average high temperature 78 will be above that for the next few days, and then drop down to near that level over the weekend, and then be back above normal with high temperatures in the 80s 80s toward the end of next week. Current temperatures are very nice across our part of the Midwest, mainly in the upper 70s, but there's heat out to the west. 90s from Montana down through the western high plains, but this has been the case over the last week or two. Temperatures have been coolest here, a little warmer to the west, a little warmer farther out to the west, and the heat really has not been coming in our direction. So when we've gotten warm, we've been in the 80s. There's been more humidity, but for the most part, it's been pretty nice around here. And with the upper level winds from the northwest, that continues to bring down dry air. So at this point, when we do get a chance for a shower or thunderstorm Friday night, that'll be along a cold front coming in from the north and west. There just isn't a lot of moisture associated with it. Most of the moisture is down in the southern part of the United States, showers and thunderstorms from Texas through the deep south and then up the east coast. But about 2/3 of the country right now is precipitation free and pretty much cloud free too. As we look at the Midwest, high pressure is located across Nebraska. Our winds near the ground are from the northwest as well. That continues to just bring down dry and pleasant weather. Look at these temperatures, 70s across the entire state of Wisconsin, even close to Lake Michigan. That west to northwesterly wind keeps the lake breeze at bay. Farther out to the west, 70s still through much of Iowa and Minnesota. You have to get into the Dakotas before you start seeing temperatures in the 80s to lower 90s. But the most important thing are the dew point temperatures. This is what makes you feel comfortable. When you see dew points in the lower 50s this time of year, oh, thank your lucky stars, because it's usually not this dry, at least in terms of moisture in the air. So right now we're looking at a pretty nice forecast that will continue for a couple of days and then probably continue for most of next week. For tonight, planning your night, look for temperatures in the upper 50s for overnight low temperatures, 60 in Oregon, 60 in DeForest, 59 in Madison, but most of Dane County seeing clear skies, not much in the way of patchy fog either. Across southern Wisconsin, 58 in Lone Rock, 60 for the overnight low temperature in Monroe, again with clear skies. Tomorrow, mostly sunny skies, a nice warm day, high temperature at 82, again with the low humidity. It's not going to feel all that warm. 7 to 10 day forecast, 80s through Friday, then that thunderstorm chance Friday night, and that's going to be with a cold front that comes through. Maybe a 1 in 3 chance right now for rain at that point. The weekend, the rest of next week, sunshine, temperatures go from the 70s over the holiday weekend up into the lower 80s by the end of next week.
Well, Summerfest will once again take place over 3 consecutive weekends next year. Today, the big gig revealed next year's dates. They are June 22nd through the 24th, June 29th to July 1st, and July 6th to July 8th. Summerfest will also be celebrating its 55th anniversary. General admission tickets for next year, as well as announcements on artists playing at the festival, will be made in the weeks to come.
3 more days until Badger Volleyball takes the court at the Fieldhouse for its home opener. We're going to hear from the team on facing in-state rival Marquette next in sports.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
With the best service, quality, and prices, Stanton Optical is the best value in eye care. To help you remember, I made this cheer. V value. A, awesome value. L, lots of value. U.
For a limited time, get free kids' glasses and eye exam only at Stanton Optical. Walk-ins welcome.
My wife and I worked hard for decades. We thought our retirement was secure.
But inflation is changing everything. Gas, groceries. It's hard for retirees on fixed incomes. But I'm even more worried about the debt we're leaving our grandchildren.
Senator Ron Johnson understands we must get spending under control.
And he's working to stop the waste in Washington.
Tell Senator Johnson to keep fighting for Wisconsin seniors and the next generation.
Oh, great. My wireless bill just went up.
Should have gone with US Cellular. They aren't raising prices on any of their plans.
Seriously?
Yeah, my price won't increase.
Well, that is refreshing. I feel like everywhere you turn these days, prices are going up.
Supply chain got us too. Don't get me started on the overhead costs.
At US Cellular, every plan for everyone is price protected.
You know, I respect a female entrepreneur.
US Cellular, where every plan is price protected.
Have you ever experienced this view? Hi, Andrew Larson here. With Gutter Shutter, you'll never have to experience it again. Please give up this dangerous chore and protect your home's foundation with Gutter Shutter, the strongest, most durable, maintenance-free gutter on the market. Over the past 15 years, my team has installed thousands of maintenance-free gutter systems across South Central Wisconsin. We'd love to come out and show you what Gutter Shutter can do for you and your home, but most importantly, keep you safe and off that ladder. So call today for a free estimate.
Aleve X. Its revolutionary rollerball design delivers fast, powerful, long-lasting pain relief. Aleve it and see what's possible.
Stanton Optical is the best value in eye care. We did the math, people. For $79, you get all this. That costs over $400 at Lens Crafters, over $200 at Walmart, and over $150 at America's Best. When it comes to value, Stanton Optical is the top bird.
Back to school is not what it used to be.
There are new safety concerns, new protocols, and lots of questions.
We can help you navigate some of those hurdles with our Back to School series.
Join us every morning starting at 6:30 a.m. only on News 3 Now this morning.
It's shaping up to be an exciting and intense weekend here in Madison between volleyball and football. It all starts on Friday night with the volleyball team when they have their home opener against Marquette. The Badgers return to the historic field house after going 1-1 at the Big 12 Big 10 Challenge down in Texas. As far as home openers go, UW is 36-10-2 all time. An impressive stat to boast with the team's in-state rival coming to town.
It's just competitive matches every year. You know, it's right down the road. It's good for the state. It's good for their program. It's good for our program. If we're doing it at both places, it's I think it's been a win-win for the fans. It's been win-win for both of our programs.
After getting upset by Baylor over the weekend, Wisconsin falls to number 6 in the Avca top 25 rankings. If there's one word that goes hand in hand with Badger football this year, it's new. From new players to new coaches, plus new jobs for those returning players. And that's just the case for Verona alum Jackson Aker. He's down as the team's starting fullback for the first game of the season, and clearly the redshirt freshman is turning heads. QB1 Graham Mertz had plenty to say on the local product on him earning that role.
He's like a sneaky, twitchy kind of guy. He's got an extra level of speed he can turn on when he needs to, and he plays really smart. That's one thing at that position that you need, whether it's in the run game, pass game. He does a great job of really going all in on learning that stuff. Growing up, always being a Badgers fan, I mean that's a dream come true. And for him, I know that he's ready for it. He's put in the work and he'll be ready to go.
And with the season kicking off on Saturday, that means Badger Blueprint returns. Be sure to tune in tomorrow night at 10, where sports director Zach Hanley and Wisconsin State Journal's Jim Polsey will preview the Badgers' Week 1 matchup with Illinois State. And as of now, no major cut day decisions coming from the Packers, but the team did announce some exciting news about a former player. Longtime safety Morgan Burnett has decided to retire in the green and gold. Burnett spent his whole career as a Packer, which totaled 8 seasons.
All right, Jordan, thank you. Let's go to Gary. One final check of the forecast.
Boy, this is the kind of scene you like to see. There's the live view from the WISC Skycam looking out toward the east. Perfectly clear skies there. There's the Platteville Queen Bee Radio Skycam. Those skies perfectly clear looking out to the west. Temperatures right now mid to upper 70s through most of southern Wisconsin. Madison right now it's 76 degrees, 79 for one of the warm spots in Lone Rock, but 76 in Oregon, 76 in Deerfield, and 76 for the temperature in Sauk City. Look for mostly clear skies this evening. Temperatures dropping into the middle 60s by late evening.
All right, Gary, thank you very much. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
Have a great evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.